fun Friday out here on the plaza. Yes, a lot of fun so far, right?
Feeling like a small town girl.
We jumped a couple centuries from Beethoven to Journey.
I
love it.
And it's perfect timing because, race weekend, you don't stop believing, runners.
Yes.
You will make it. You will make
Hey,
it.
there's a lot of in-shape people downtown this week.
Yes.
Guys who are about to run.
So far this
We
morning.
have. Getting
exactly.
that shakeout run.
Also feels like the Bears are getting in a great groove right now. We're calling this a winning streak.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. So they are across the pond for an exciting matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our very own Luke Ellis and Cassie Carlson. They as well are over the pond, and they're going to be joining us in just a few moments.
Hey, good morning, guys. You're right. We are at the Greenwood Sports Pub and Kitchen in Victoria, England. We're actually right down the street from landmarks like Buckingham Palace and also Westminster Abbey. What a great spot. This is Bears Fans Central for those of the Bears fans that have made their way here to London for the game.
Yeah, and it's 3 o'clock here in London right now, and you can already see how many fans are enjoying this pub. It is very nice inside of here, and they've got great food. I think one of the coolest things is check out this burger bun. It has the Bears logo stamped on it. They are going all
Yeah, check
out.
it out before I chew
Yeah,
into it.
and we've been eating fries secretively because they're so good that we just can't help ourselves.
And then, of course, we got the fish and
fish and chips. Don't ruin the fish,
I
Lou.
know.
Be careful. Yes, they are known for fish and chips. There's plenty of different sauces to dip in. They've got all the fix-ins here at the Greenwood Sports Pub, and we are going to be staked out here all day. We're doing Bears Blitz from here later on at 8:30 local time, so I can only imagine how many Bears fans are going to be here for that.
I was here last night during happy hour because it actually is in the middle of a number of offices here in central London. The place was absolutely jammed, not to mention all the Bears fans who are in town, thanks to the good folks at Choose Chicago, Chicago's tourism arm, just telling everyone, support, congregate, get together here in London at this sports pub. Terrific, 2 levels, can fit 600 people. George McCaskey was here last night. Peanut Tillman and Zach Miller are coming tonight. Bears fans have invaded London, haven't they?
It's really cool to see, and when you've been at Big Ben, London Eye, you mentioned Buckingham Palace, all those landmarks that everyone's familiar with, and just seeing the orange and blue, the jackets, everyone is proud to be a Bears fan here, and it's not just people from Chicago who have come over to London to see this game. It's actually London locals who are very familiar with the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, they know all the stats, they know the history of the team, and even Bears players, it was funny, they were asked, why should people in London, if they don't have a team, be Bears fans? They're like, well, the colors are great, we have great players, etc. But it was really cool to see that people in London have a rooting interest for the Bears.
Listen, this goes all the way back to the 1986 when the Bears played at Wembley Stadium, and you had the 85 Super Bowl team here. Fridge Perry, Mike Ditka, Jim McMahon. I mean, these guys were internationally known. And really the Bears brand, Kevin Warren, Bears president, talked about it the other day when he met with the media here in London. He said there are 40 million Bears fans around the world. And Matt Eberflus would like to take the Bears next year to Spain when they start Spain as part of the international series.
Well, it's something as the NFL continues to talk about adding another game. We could eventually see a schedule where every team plays an international game each year. And I think it's a really cool thing to see. I know the logistics of travel are not easy for these teams. They literally packed up Hallis Hall and transported it to the English countryside. I know you saw that picture of their practice field. It is quite remarkable, the Hanbury Manor where they are practicing and living essentially this week. But I think it's a really cool idea to make the NFL go global. They've done a ton of events here, flag football, to get people interested in the game.
Bears made the right move. They flew out Monday night, arrived on Tuesday. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who they'll play on Sunday, obviously went through travel difficulties because of the hurricane. They arrived today. They'll be a little jet lag weary come tomorrow and maybe even Sunday. I saw Montez Sweat talk to the media yesterday. He was still feeling it 2 days later.
Yeah, luckily the Bears had a day off when they arrived, so they were able to get acclimated, go through their normal routine. The time change really does mess you up, and we felt the jet lag ourselves. We don't have to go out there and play a game, but the Jaguars arrived at 4 a.m. this morning. Granted, they are pretty used to playing in London. They're going to be here for 2 weeks and 2 games, so they are more familiar with the situation, but I think the Bears made the right move. We saw the move they made a couple years ago coming in late and what happened happened in that game. But the Bears are trying to treat this as normal as possible. They went through a normal practice on yesterday and today. They will have a walkthrough then tomorrow on Saturday, leading into the game on Sunday at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And the players, it's funny because you are in London, you want to enjoy it. They say when they have their meetings, when it's about football, when they're in practice, it's all football, it's all business. But they are excited to get out and explore the city a little bit.
And they should win this game.
They should.
This is a game that the Bears must win. With the last place schedule, they've had the opportunity to take on a Rams team that was beat up physically. Last week, they obviously manhandled Carolina. They should beat the one-win Jacksonville Jaguars, and then they'll get the off week before a tough game against Jaden Daniels in Washington.
The one thing to note is Jaquan Brisker is out, and then there's another injury that's been popping up in the secondary with Tyreek Stevenson, who's now doubtful. He had a little bit of a calf injury that happened in practice yesterday, so if he can't go, it'll be Jalen Jones starting at outside corner opposite of Jalen Johnson. And so you talk about the strength of the team, the secondary. It could be shorthanded against Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, and Brian Thomas Jr., who exploded for their best game last week.
All right, we're going to wrap things up here from
before
Greenwood.
we go,
Yeah.
one thing I have learned here in London, it is very customary during the lunch hour, in business hours, everyone goes to the pubs and enjoys a pint with their lunch. And it's 3 o'clock here, so it's lunchtime. So we're gonna take on that.
So guys, cheerio.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, you guys.
Cheers, governor. The Bears, they are across the pond, and today are our tailgating partners at Weber Grill. Now, they're an international company, and his colleague, Dustin Green, he's our local master griller, but his colleague, Dan Cooper, is engaging in a little bit of cross-the-pond rivalry when it comes to cooking up sausages. Here's a look at his challenge.
Today we've chosen a recipe which is one of our favourites, Cumberland sausage, a big spiral sausage cooked in a lovely Weber kettle, obviously. 50-50, bit of wood smoke in there, and we're going to serve that on a white bun with sticky onions and some good old HP Houses of Parliament sauce. And there we have it, the ultimate sausage sarnie. So the challenge and the tongs are over to you.
All right, so Dan just sent the tongs over to us here on this side of the pond. There they are. There they are. Okay, so this thing right here, run us through exactly what that is. He hit on it very briefly.
So it's a traditional sausage sarnie, which is a Cumberland coil sausage. It's got a little bit of a mayonnaise base. It's got some onions on top of it, a little bit of HP sauce. Very traditional, and then the Baps bread. So straight up a British-style sausage sandwich.
This is wild because we're not used to this configuration. That is a lot of sausage. We go vertical back here.
We do, and you know what? They make some great sausages over the pond. Over here in Chicago, we know with all of our different the backgrounds of people, we have our Polish sausage, our Italian sausage. We can throw down with the best of them.
I agree. I completely agree. And by the way, HP.
House of Parliament.
House of Parliament. What exactly is this?
So it's like kind of like a brown sauce. It's a little bit.
Is it like barbecue sauce?
Kind of like barbecue sauce. Kind of a little bit traditional what you'd see overseas.
Okay, what'd you bring in for us to sample here? I understand there's more than meets the eye right here, right?
Oh, totally more than meets the eye. So what this is from Frankie's Bangers over in Chesterton, Indiana, and this takes literally an Italian sausage, an Italian beef, puts a little bit of cheese with some jardiniere, and it puts it in a sausage link.
So that's all inside the casing there?
All inside the casing,
okay.
Straight up.
Okay, bangers. All right, let's talk about bangers.
Yeah.
All right, I've always been curious about them. What's the difference between these and what we do here on the mainland?
So these are traditional. We got these from our friends at Jolly Posh Foods.
Okay.
And what a traditional banger is the meat's a little bit coarser, it's a little bit more fine, the sausages are a little bit smaller, and then of course the seasonings are a little bit different based on regionality.
Okay, all right, let's walk over to the grill here, Dustin. What have you, it smells amazing.
Yeah.
The grill's at 415.
Yep.
What do we got here?
So we got a little bit of both sausages. I have the Chi-Town combos going. We have a little bit of our bangers over here. You know, you talked about the temperature, and when we're looking to grill these, what we're looking to do is we want to get them up to that safe temperature, but we don't want them to bang. You know, they're called bangers for a reason, and that's because the casings pop on them, you lose your juices, and they dry out. And that's what we're not looking to do. We just want to keep that temperature at the right temp. We want to flip them once and pull them off when they're done.
Okay, so the folks that do the slats in them before they go on the grill, that's a no-no? You want to keep the juices in the brats?
It's the best, you know, and putting the slats in them, people can do what they want. You know, we don't tell people right way or wrong way. What I try to do is we want to teach people a way to get the best flavor out of their food.
Okay. Dustin Green, head grill master at our tailgating partner, Weber. We cannot wait to sample this product. Dustin, you always bring it, and we appreciate it, sir. This is how we do it here.
That's how we do it.
I don't know if I could handle the coiled up version. That's just like, that is a diesel version of a sausage sandwich.
You know what? You got to try things.
Okay.
And that's what it's about.
We're going to do it.
Having so much fun at Highland High School, home of the Trojans. I've got two great students with us. It's Casey DeSanto and Haley Hutchin. You've been telling me how great Highland High School is.
We do a spaghetti dinner for student council, and I feel like it really shows how involved the town is because we put all proceeds to a family in need from the town, and whether it's anonymous or not, we get over $6,000 every single year to give to them, and it just shows how much the community will come in to give to families that are in need.
That is a community that works together. The school, I get that feeling from the students too.
Yeah, it's really great. Not just the students help out, but it's like the whole town gets involved. We have donations for the food or our silent auction. We really raise a lot of money, and it's great to see like how close-knit the community is when it comes to helping someone out and like our family almost.
You showed the new sport, bocce ball, and how it incorporates all students, all athletes. What do you think of that?
I think it's amazing. I think it really proves how much, like, it shows how many people really want to come in and bring our town together, and it's just so nice to see because we had the parents of the bocce ball kids come in, and they were like, I just want to see my kid interact with other kids, and it was such a nice feeling because it shows how much we're doing for other people.
That's great. You have a really good band, you have good sports here, and a crazy mascot.
Oh yeah, so oh my gosh! Yeah, so it's pretty special. The mascot usually doesn't come out as much this year. We've only had him come out once, so it's great that he's here today.
A surprise mascot,
Yes.
a guest mascot.
Yes.
Who do we think is behind that?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's our principal!
Principal Zach, we have something for you. This is a gift from Good Day Chicago, the personalized Bears jersey, goes to the #1 fan here at Highland High School.
This is awesome that you guys are out here celebrating Highland High School and seeing the magic that we have here. This is fantastic. Thank you for coming out. And thank you, ladies. I appreciate that greatly. Sorry for scaring you. Here we go!
Magic of Highland High School. And now, the fight song.
If you look closely, you'll probably see a lot of very in-shape runners milling about downtown because the marathon is here. It is a very busy fall weekend here in the Windy City.
There are a lot of fun activities for you and the whole family, and joining us to tell us more about them is Jason Lesnevich. He is the Senior Director of Cultural Tourism at Choose Chicago. Jason, we are so lucky to have you, especially for this weekend.
Thanks for having me as usual. I appreciate it.
Sure thing. Okay, so let's first start with the marathon, and if we're not running in the marathon, which we are not, there are some activities maybe that we can get involved in.
Yeah, for spectators, you want to come out and support these amazing runners and their friends and family. So there is an after party right in Grant Park, the 27th mile after party with live music and food. You can follow your favorite runners or your family members on the official app so you can track them along the course, run ahead, wave if you want. There's spectator areas, designated spectator areas, and so about 1 million people will watch this race. It's one of the fastest courses for marathons, so it looks like beautiful weather. One of the best sports weekends in Chicago, and it goes through 29 neighborhoods of the city, so it's a real celebration of Chicago.
Jason, there's probably folks, there's tens of thousands of people here for this marathon, not to mention their friends and family. So if folks are tuning in to us this morning from those hotel rooms, why should they be excited about running through the neighborhoods of Chicago?
It's such a diverse city, and you're going to experience that as you run through the city, all these different neighborhoods from Chinatown to Bronzeville up through North Halsted. And so you'll get, the runners especially are going to get a great view of the city. It's a nice, flat, fast course. So a lot of runners are excited to run in Chicago because a lot of records are set here in marathons because it's so flat.
You know, I'm just going to mention this. Our producer, Erin, ran the Boston Marathon last year. We were so excited for her. And she said it was very hilly, and that was something that she had not trained for.
Right.
I'm going to move on to something that's more my speed.
Okay.
And that is Chicago Fashion Week. We're very
Yes.
excited. How can people get to events that are surrounding that? And also, there's some parties.
Yeah, you know, this is the first ever Chicago Fashion Week celebrating Chicago style. We have our own style here, and it's celebrating emerging and established designers with runway shows, events, panels. Many of them are free. So ChicagoFashionWeek.com, you can see a lot of the runway shows and events. I'm excited for tomorrow. There's an Asian fashion show, and there's the surround sound of fashion, a concert mixed with a fashion show. So lots of great events to see our designers in action.
That sounds great. Another cool thing happening this weekend is up in Lincoln Park at the zoo with the return of Fall Fest. Tell us about this.
Yeah, Fall Fest is an amazing opportunity for families to come out to the largest free zoo in America, Lincoln Park Zoo. Lots of rides, corn mazes, pumpkin patches, themed food, live music, and so it's a great weekend. It'll be going on all throughout the month, so either this weekend or next weekend, bring the family out. One of my favorite places for my family to enjoy fall.
Thank you, Jason. If you need a fill-in for Fashion Week, Anthony has a great leisure suit.
Exactly, and I've been perfecting my runway walk as well.
Nominated actor Matthew Morrison has won over audiences around the world on stage and film, and of course with his iconic performance as Mr. Schuester on the hit series Glee. And tomorrow night, for one night only, you can see him perform live at the Paramount Theater's annual gala and concert in Aurora. It's called An Evening with Matthew Morrison, but before he takes the stage, he's joining us live on the Plaza. Matthew, it was so funny to get your reaction to that clip, because you said you never know which clip they're going to show.
It's like, oh wow, I haven't seen that show. And what's that show? Oh, Glee.
Glee,
yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah,
Which aired right here on Fox 32. So I was kind of going through all your amazing performances. You performed obviously on Broadway, around the world in film. Is a performance a performance? When you're singing, does where you're singing, does the aspect, whether there's a camera there, does it affect the performance, or is a performance a performance?
Interesting. I think they are very vastly different. I feel like performing on stage there's something special about a room filled with people and being able to connect in that way, rather than being in someone's living room, which is a totally different experience. Not that I'm actually in their living room, but
it feels like it. I mean, there's a reason people feel like they know you.
But they have a connection to me in a way that an audience member doesn't, because there is something, some kind of wall. But being in someone's living room, that's why I feel like being on a show like Glee, people feel like they know me. They see Mr. Shu, like, hey.
At this point, do you just respond to it?
You just do. Yeah,
that's fair enough. Talk about the show that's happening tomorrow night. I mean, it's a one-night only event. It feels like it's actually going to be like a really special thing.
It is for me. I haven't been on stage in a little while, and for me, I always had this notion of wanting to entertain an audience and have an audience leave entertained. But as I've grown older, become more self-aware, I want to create like an experience that moves an audience, that maybe will change an audience as they walk out and maybe have questions or be curious about stuff. So it's a new format that I'm trying out that I'm really, really excited to dive into tomorrow.
I'm sort of curious, people's expectations. Do they have certain songs that they would love for you to see you perform? Do you have a Freebird that people shout out that they really want to hear you sing?
Well, I think people know me from different arenas.
Sure.
If they know me from Broadway, they might expect some songs from there. I think my big break was in the musical Hairspray,
right?
And I think a lot of people expect that. So I do like a big Hairspray medley, which
I love that.
Which is so much fun to do. And
which is a great show, by the way. That's a fantastic
show. Great show, yeah. But I'll definitely throw in some Glee songs for sure.
I love that. Well, speaking of Glee, this past September, last month, was the 15th anniversary of the first episode.
Wow.
I'm just sort of curious your relationship with that show now, because it's one of those things where it's been over for a while.
Yeah.
Like, what is the sort of foot in both camps of? You want to respect the people that still want to talk about it, but there is a degree of like, it's been a while.
No, but it's a great question though, because I actually, when I was in it, I was so in it that you were kind of just blinded by everything. And that show was notoriously one of the most difficult television shows to film.
Mm-hmm.
We, when we weren't when we weren't filming, we were in recording studio or in dance rehearsals. So it was so hard, and then the press on top of that. It was such a difficult show to film. So actually stepping away from it and actually seeing the impact that people had. I met some girl today that works here. Her name is Haley, and she was just saying like how it changed her life as a kid, and I hear that so much. And the stories that we were able to tell and the communities that were underserved at the time that got so much attention from that show. It's rewarding to be a part of that, because there's so many shows that are doctor shows, lawyer shows, cop shows, but this show had so much heart and really affected people.
I love that. Give me the wrap up really quick. You've performed so many different concerts. There are a lot of people out there whose favorite concert ever is your show. What's your favorite concert you've ever been to?
Coldplay.
Oh.
Coldplay at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh,
yeah.
Good one.
It was so good. Yeah.
But just being at Hollywood Bowl, too, is just an amazing spot. All right, so it's an evening with Matthew Morrison. Kicks off Saturday night at the Paramount Theater in Aurora. For tickets and information, visit ParamountAurora.com. Matthew, dude, a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate you.
Happy haunts attract visitors from all over, and one look might have you jumping in your car, too.
Yeah, let's send it to Roseanne, who is... Oh my gosh, Roseanne, are those the Shining twins behind you?
Oh my God. I'm telling you, these people keep appearing around me and giving me the creeps. We're in Bensonville this morning. Hi, Mr. Clown, at the Wilkes Family Halloween display. So if you live in Bensonville, you know all about this. It's been around for years, and they have, in fact, so popular that they changed from a home display to something in the center of town. This is Chris Wilkes, the man behind all the haunts out here today. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Really good. Excited you guys are here.
Yeah, well, you were going to give us a little tour of the cemetery.
I definitely wanted to start with Pet Cemetery, actually.
Okay.
It's very movie accurate. You can see I have 2 sections right here if you want to take a look.
Oh, gosh. Okay, this is creeping me out.
Watch out for that one.
It looked like a statue. Okay.
But, yeah, definitely. So it starts with Pet Cemetery, and then it morphs kind of into a mini little walkthrough with the classic Frankenstein movie on one side, which we can go and see, and then my witches area.
Witches area. So tell me, this started in your, in your yard, and it grew so popular. How popular are we talking? How many people are going to see this?
I mean, thousands, especially now that it's out here. I mean, people are heavily encouraged actually to come out now. Where when it was in front of my home, it just like I said, it got so, so many people came. There's only so much bandwidth out in front of a home.
What are some of the reactions, some of the crazier reactions you've seen?
Oh, well, I mean, kids running for blocks and their parents chasing them to try to get them back. Kids running to the parking lot, hiding underneath the car. We've had people... I mean, get scared in all kinds of ways. It gets really interesting.
Yeah, so where did this love of all this spookiness come from?
Originally, I went to a home haunt, kind of like the one that I did when I was a little kid in Lombard, and I saw it, and it did something to me. And I said, Dad, we got to do this. So I've been doing this since I was a little kid, actually, with my dad, and I kind of took the reins and brought it to a new level to where it is today.
Well, we are loving it. You have so many great things. So what is going on over here?
Yeah, actually one of our most popular areas, the Chucky area. And on the other side of this, which is really cool, you can see I have 2 Chucky dolls kind of looking like they're breaking out of out of their boxes. And on the other side is actually a his and hers photo op. So in the movie Bride of Chucky, there's Tiffany and Chucky. And you actually can go inside of our boxes, you know. You gotta watch out when you're out here.
Oh, I see.
You gotta be careful.
And get your pictures.
Yeah, so very, very cool photo op, especially if you're here with your kids or your girlfriend or something like that.
How long are you here?
All month long. Every weekend from 7 to 10 we have live actors, and then Halloween Day is our last day.
Okay, there you go. So you want to head out we're right behind City Hall in Bensonville. A lot of great haunts. And next hour, we're going to go in search of Michael Myers. I'll leave you with that. Back to you.
I thought you were supposed to run away from Michael Myers.
Going looking for him.
You're going looking for him.
Asking for problems.
Keep going the opposite direction.
Backwards.
Thank you so much, Roseanne, and those Shining twins. Those are bringing back very bad memories for me as a kid. Those are the ones that scared me.
And every week we're sharing Bears fan pictures from our viewers. We love you guys so much. The first one is Brittany and Ace on their mommy-son date. Look at them. This is at last week's Bears game. Ace and his mom have face paint on, and they're in full Bears gear. This is Ace's first game, and he's proudly wearing a button that says...
He's the good luck charm.
He is! Danita, yes.
You got to win, too.
So thank you, Brittany Pont, for sending us your picture.
Fly him to England.
Right. You're going to get him all the games now. This is Chris and Krishan. I've Bree, clearly this was not last week's game.
Thank goodness.
It's not showing yet, and this picture shows how that, no matter the weather, nothing gets between them and their Chicago Bears. Thank you to Crystal Price for sending us your picture.
And also showing the Chicago Bears spirit is Pam Hudson and her husband Michael, along with Michael's cousins Joseph and Reggie. They getting it all in the family with their Bears gear ready. Thank you guys so much for sending us your picture.
All right, and here is a family of Bears fans showing off the love for the team. Look at that group right there. Not just any birthday party, a 70th birthday. Woo-hoo. They're cheering on the Bears as well. Cheryl Lynn K-Law, 70th birthday celebration with her entire family, all in full Bears gear. They look fantastic. We want to thank Cheryl Lynn K-Law for sending that in.
That was great.
Big Bears game this weekend and marathon